most people, especially a teenager, it can be hard to find somebody to talk to about all the crazy things going through our heads. Thoughts about friends and school and grades and insecurities. And a lifesaver for so many teens is a journal where you can get all those thoughts out of your head and onto paper. It's self discovery. And the best part is the only person who sees it is you. Journaling is a way for you to meet you. And today we're talking to two teenagers who actually are part of the Morning Matters team, our spring interns, Marin and Evan. Hi, you guys.
Hi, how's it going?
Marin, were you already a journaler before you met us?
I was. I didn't really do it that regularly, but if something exciting happened, I would like to write about it so I remember it. And I've been doing that for since I was probably in middle school.
And would you journal morning or night?
Usually at night, but it's sometimes just whenever I remembered, whenever I felt like it.
Without getting too personal, I'm not trying to pry, but what did you like about journaling? What was it that really you were able to get out of your head and onto paper?
Just my thoughts, or if something stressful was happening with my friends, I wouldn't rant to everyone about it. I would just write to myself about it so I wouldn't have to deal with all of that drama.
What was the most important thing to you about your journal?
I sometimes I go back to my old journals and look at what I wrote about, and it's fun to see all these things that seemed so important at the time, but now it's just like a silly memory.
Right. Or the silly boys I used to think of. I love picking up my old journals from like when I was 12 and 13 and 14. It actually went from diaries to journals. And the reason I say that is a diary, I always think of as everything that's going on around you, outside of you, in school or whatever. And a journal is more letting go of what's inside your brain. Evan, let me ask you, were you a journaler before you met us?
Yeah, so I had experienced journaling before. Um, Especially for me, journaling it helped me through somewhat difficult times in my life. So when I moved to the US, when I first moved to the US, in 2019, it was a lot of changes for me. Being in a new country, and having to make all new friends. So I think for me, journaling was just a kind of a safe space to put all my thoughts.
And
At that time, especially, it helped me a lot.
where did you move from?
I moved from China, so it was a very big cultural change. Yeah,
And do you find when you look back at your pages, you were writing more about your dreams or more about your worries?
both, I think. So when I first moved here, I would write a lot about what I was worried about and all the things that I was not used to, that were just so different in the US. But then I also, when I look back, I see that I wrote a lot about new friends I made and how I slowly began to adjust to life in the US.
If another teen is listening, Evan, who's never journaled,
Mm.
but maybe is struggling in any particular way, as we all do in any particular part of life, what would you say to them about how to get started and just how to open the book and begin?
The first step is just do it, really. And I think once you do it and you're consistent, you will see results and you will see that how your mood changes and how you feel more at peace with yourself. So the biggest step is just to start. And I think what can help a lot is when you're doing it with a buddy. So or with your family or any close one. I think that can kind of motivate you to keep on going.
I always thought, at least for me, that the teenage years, they're so confusing and so challenging. I mean, you're in a hurry to grow up, but you still want to have fun. You want to fit in, but sometimes we feel we don't fit in at all anywhere. And journaling
Right.
helped me really make sense of it. Tell me some of the benefits that you've noticed now after months and months of journaling.
For me, I do well with routines. So that's one thing not every night or every morning, having that routine of, this is what I'm gonna spend my first 5 minutes of the day doing. That's helped me a lot. And then also I think just having somewhere to put my thoughts that I want to be just for myself, somewhere just having a safe space that no one else but I have access to. I think that's really important. And I think a journal has kind of provided that for me.
It's awesome. And I'm going to ask both of you, but Marin, I'm going to start with you. When you guys started doing the Morning Matters Journal, what did you like about it? And were the prompts helpful?
Yeah, I really liked having like a moment in the morning, like Evan said, to just chill out and have a routine and not go on my phone. Because I feel like before I would just go on my phone for an hour or something before I even got out of bed. But now it's like a nice moment to just reflect. I always start with the habit prompts because I kind of do the same ones every day. And then I like to think about my goals. And then I start to think back on what I did the day before and then what I want to do the next day. So I actually like all the prompts.
Yeah, me too. I find it helpful. For a lot of people, a blank sheet of paper is so intimidating. So to have those prompts really makes it easier to just get started and go. And if you haven't seen a Morning Matters journal yet, there are 5 different prompts, 5 different sections, and it makes it really easy for you to just start journaling. And so, Evan, tell me what you have thought about the Morning Matters journal.
I really like the idea of a guided journal with prompts. I think that's also something that when I first started journaling, it was difficult just having a blank piece of paper. Like you said, it can be intimidating. Um, the prompt that I really liked is my top 3 priorities. Because we all want to feel good about ourselves, and I think journaling provides that. But we also, we're busy people. We need to get things done. So obviously, we all want to be productive. So I think it helped. I really like that prompt. Because I have things I need to get done every day, and when you write things down, you're much more likely to actually do them. So yeah, that's my favorite one. And then I also like the journal jewels because that's just kind of a space, just whatever it is that I want to write about, kind of just free writing. So I really like that. Just whatever thoughts I have, I can just jot down.
There are so many benefits analyzing situations and processing your thoughts and processing your feelings and setting goals and listing your dreams and on and on and on and on. But Marin, what do you think is the most powerful thing, especially for a teenager, for journaling?
I feel like I've become a lot more productive, which is definitely a thing like that teens are looking for these days because we all just spend a bunch of time on TikTok or Instagram. Now I'm making sure I finish my priorities and my habits. So that's probably most
That's awesome.
journal.
Evan?
Just being healthier. I'm every day my habit trackers. I make sure I get an hour of exercise every day. Getting enough sleep is a big one. That's something that I've been trying to work on. I'm just getting more sleep because that's really important, especially for teenagers. Yeah, and then also stuff like drinking water. Reminding myself to drink at least 8 cups of water a day. So I think I've become a healthier person through journaling.
Well, we can't thank you enough. You were our first intern, so I can easily say you are our best interns ever, but you set the bar really high for the future. And I'm hoping you play this for your advisor at school too. So when they analyze how your internship was, they know it was so powerful. You guys were so fabulous, and we are so grateful. Monica, you want to chime in on that?
Oh, I absolutely. Thank you guys so much. I loved all the social media posts that you helped us with, all the reels, and you guys just have been, you've given us a different view of the journal. We've been talking to a lot of adults, and so getting to hear the teen perspective, and we are so excited to be rolling out the focus groups with the teen journals. We think that is going to be something really powerful, and we hope you'll continue working with us a little this summer because you guys
Forever.
are forever. You're the OG. You're part of the OG now.
So thanks, you guys.